I am here with...
Lieutenant Commander Zach Wasserman.
Ensign Kate Donlin.
And today we'll be asking questions about the Battle of Midway. So the first question is, how did military intelligence play a key role in the Battle of Midway?
Well, the key thing you have to remember about the Battle of Midway is that resources were scarce. The initiative was very much with the adversary, and we were looking for any opportunity we could to counterattack, even though we were on a strategic defensive. And the combined work of some great cryptologists and some fantastic intelligence officers meant that we had some forewarning of where the adversary intended to strike. And because of that, we were able to concentrate forces in a place where the enemy didn't expect us to be, and able to take the battle in terms that we found favorable.
Military intelligence was key from planning the Battle of Midway, planning our response to it. So we had key intelligence that led us to create an assessment on exactly where and when the Japanese would attack. So we had players that found out within 5 minutes, 5 degrees, and 5 miles where the Japanese would attack, and that allowed us to be successful.
What did U.S. intelligence sources do during the Midway battle? What was the sort of cryptologist's job and things like that during the Battle of Midway?
So during the Battle of Midway, the key figure you have to know is Commander Gerald R. He led a team out of Hawaii who very successfully were able to interpret the adversary signals, and they were able to conduct a series of intelligence operations that led to them being able to break out that the intended target was the island of Midway on or around 4 or 5 June. Combine that with operational intelligence from, well, now posthumous Rear Admiral Layton, the decision makers in Hawaii, decision makers in Washington, were able to take the signals intelligence, combine it with the operational aspect of intelligence, and make the decision about what forces to get where, what forces to repair, and how to concentrate them to be able to take the fight.
During the Midway battle, not only was intel and cryptology, making assessments beforehand, but our meteorologists were actually key players in how we reacted during the Battle of Midway. So the Japanese actually utilized cloud cover to hide their carriers' movements, and we were able to track those clouds and therefore know where those carriers were going to be, which really allowed us to make that first strike.
Going off of the history and going to the modern day, what is naval intelligence's jobs in modern day scenarios that are similar to the Battle of Midway?
So our job is still the same. Our job is still trying to find out what our adversaries are going to do before they actually do it, giving our commanders as much time to make decisions before our adversary acts. So we are primarily playing with indications and warnings for what our adversaries are trying to do.
In any scenario, it's pretty straightforward. Our job is to get inside the head of our adversary, understand what they're going to do before they're going to do it, to give our captain and his chain of command the information they need to make the best possible decisions with the resources they have.
How has military intelligence improved since 1942?
Military intelligence is constantly improving. We are always finding more innovations, getting smarter, really keying in on what our enemies are doing, and yeah, we're always improving.
And then one final question for you. What part of the war-fighting spirit of the intelligence community has stayed in the intelligence community since 1942?
I think that's really our determination. So there's always new challenges. The Japanese during World War II created really intense codes, and it was through the hard work and dedication of military analysts back then that allowed us to crack that. And today, the challenges that our adversaries bring, we are constantly working to make sure that we can overcome them.
I'd say the best part of the American intelligence community is entrepreneurship and innovation. We hire and we retain a lot of really young folks with really unique capabilities, and we trust them to find new ways to get inside the heads of our adversaries, and they do it daily.